Yo, what's up, everybody? This is LB back at y'all with another one. Shouts out to the whole LDBC Lions and basketball community. Give the video a like, hit subscribe, ring the bell whenever I drop a video. That way you get the notifications. Also subscribe to the Patreon. I'll leave a link to the Patreon when the stream is over with. So, shout out to Buddy By the Way, Simon Netta Tucker, James Rushing, and it's Larry Paul 79 for subscribing to the channel. I really do appreciate it. I hope you all enjoy the content. Now, that said, Candace Owens just doesn't know when to stop. And it seems every time we have a killing of an unarmed black man or a black woman, they always prop up this woman to run a smear campaign against whoever it is, whether it be Ahmaud Arbery, whether it be about George Floyd, or in this latest edition of the Candace Owens Minstrel Show, Breonna Taylor. Shout out to Marco Hinton and Stephanie Dews in the building. I really do appreciate y'all. And this is by design. She wants a check, right? Because, that baby ain't coming cheap. So looking for that check. Here she is again running a smear campaign against Breonna Taylor, calling her a drug dealer. She's going to run up on the wrong person, right? And whoever family member that is she runs up on, they're going to sue the living daylights out of her. By the time she gets done, she won't have any money to be, worrying about what her white zaddy is doing. Because this is disgusting. It is. This is disgusting. Now, Breonna Taylor's not even here to defend herself, and yet she goes on this massive smear campaign against Breonna Taylor. Why you think I said that the $12 million settlement that her family got was nothing but crumbs? Because this woman continues to just sell out for butter biscuits. And at this point, it's like clockwork. It's not even surprising. I'm not surprised with what she did. I'm not surprised with what she said. It's just disappointing for this right-wing nut to continue to do this shit. Now, in case you ain't heard what she said, let's roll the tape.
Time to have one of those little chats because it seems that the Black Lives Matter narrative is getting more and more ridiculous every single day. And here we...
So how does Black Lives Matter narrative getting ridiculous? Because, right-wing nuts like you just take the opportunity to defecate all over, the movement. Whether it be you, whether it be Brandon Tatum, whether it be Terrence K. Williams, Diamond and Silk, anybody else that's in the legion of bootlegs. So we'll go ahead and continue on.
We have a stunning case, Breonna Taylor, where actually every single piece of information that was provided us through the media was an absolute lie. Just an absolute lie. Actually, nothing that they told us about this case was true. If you have been following this case from the beginning.
So what part of the case is not true? I just want to know what part of the case is not true. The fact that the police filed a false police report. I mean, not false police report. They filed a faulty search warrant because that search warrant was based on false pretenses. So what about the case that was false? Huh? What about Daniel Cameron making a false official statement? Huh? Because, Daniel Cameron, he did all kinds of prosecutorial misconduct. What about Tom Wine? What about the judge that signed that fake ass goddamn search warrant? That's what I was saying, search warrant. So what about the case that was false? The false search warrant, the false testimony by the cops saying that they announced themselves as police when you had 12 other people saying that they did it? What in that is false, Candace Owens? Because if you run a smear campaign against Breonna Taylor, that's false. But let's see what this Supreme Butter Biscuit has to say. The more I think about it, this girl is gonna be a shoe-in for Coon of the Year.
We have been told that Brianna was an EMT, was living life the right way. The police officer showed up accidentally to the wrong door and shot her while she was asleep. All of it, a lot. Not even one part of it is true. Not one piece of that was true. First and foremost, Brianna Taylor was not an EMT. She had been in the past, but she had to step away from being an EMT because a car that she had rented all the way back in 2016 was involved in a homicide that was being investigated. A homicide which involved her boyfriend, the one that was a drug dealer, her ex-boyfriend at the time that she had been killed, Jamarcus Glover. This is all about a very intricate drug ring that the police officers had been following for years in this town. And Brianna Taylor was unfortunately at the center of it. Now, I'm going to say a sentence that nobody is going to care about because the media, when you tell the truth, always ignores this sentence. Brianna Taylor did not deserve to die. It's common sense. She was mixed up with the wrong.
See, this bullshit right here. Shout out to Back to the Basics in the building. Appreciate you for being in the chat. Somebody need to drag her by her fucking bald head and stop her. Well, I don't want to say that because she is pregnant. So spare the kid. So, but yeah, this bitch. Yeah, see, and this is the bullshit that Candace Owens does. This is the bullshit Candace Owens does. But let's continue on to see what other kind of Rottweiler feces that come out her mouth.
People, it's unfortunate that she's dead. This is one of those instances when you're growing up and your parents tell you not to hang out with the wrong people because you can end up in the wrong circumstances and you can get yourself into trouble. This is something that we learn when we're children.
Notice how nonchalant she is when she's saying this shit. Notice how, cavalier in her tone that she is when she's saying this shit.
Become a teenager, when your parents are trying to guide you and make sure that you don't hang out with the wrong people or fall into the wrong crowd, as we like to say. But for whatever reason, this is no longer being held as a norm for Black America. It doesn't matter if we're hanging in the wrong crowd. It doesn't matter if we're actively helping our boyfriends move drugs, which is what Breonna Taylor was actually doing, okay? This is the truth. You can head and you can read all of the police investigative reports. It doesn't matter if the police had an actual warrant to be at her place that they had been clearing.
All right, so this is what she does, right? So she's lying about the police report. Does she not realize that police report was false? It was a false police report. Because had she looked at the autopsy report, she would have seen that the autopsy report came back with no injuries. This girl got 6 bullet holes in her body, but the autopsy report came back with no injuries, and yet she's just look at the police report. Yeah, like police don't lie on police reports. The whole fucking way they got that was a lie. There ain't too many black people up in Connecticut. I don't know too many black people from Connecticut. Matter of fact, the more north you go, the more endangered species black people get.
Telling her that her name was on the warrant when they showed up at her place. It was not the wrong address. Everything they told you was a lie. The police officers had every right to be in her property. They had been monitoring that property for weeks. They had a poll camera watching every single thing that group of people did because they were involved in meth, crack cocaine. They were moving drugs, and Jamarcus Glover was the person who was at the center of it. Okay, that's the truth. You were told that the police officer shot her while she was asleep. No, she was standing in a hallway. Right? You were told that she had nothing to do with anything, and it was all an accident. It was not an accident, okay? She was knee deep in drugs. You can actually log on and read the transcripts from when her ex-boyfriend, Jamarcus Glover, got arrested back in 2018. They actually recorded their jail conversations between her and the entire network of the people that were moving drugs to the neighborhood. Okay? He was asking her to do things in his place. She was involved, and she was also made it very clear that she was worried because she loved him so much that he was going to end up in serious trouble one day. Unfortunately, she didn't worry enough about herself and what trouble she was going to be in one day. This is a case that comes down to personal responsibility. Of course, the most important part about this case, which no one is talking about, is that they fired first. They shot a police officer. I shouldn't say they, I should say the guy that she was with at the time, Ken Walker, fired and shot a police officer before hiding behind her and running to the back of the house. And she then took all the bullets from the returning bullets from the police officer as they were standing in a hallway side by side next to each other. So the police come, they knock on the door, okay, and they say police. Why do we know that's true? Because Kenneth Walker himself verified that him and Brennan.
Shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Straight up. Now, this is something that I wanted to talk about, right? Because she said something in there that was some bullshit, and I just happened to catch it, right? So she's saying that Jamarcus Glover and Breonna Taylor's name was on the warrant, right? So this is my thing. Shouldn't the police know that he was already incarcerated? Because I'm pretty sure, when someone's name being implicated, the first thing they ask, hey, is this guy incarcerated? They can look through the database. All they have to do is look through a database and they can verify whether or not this guy is already incarcerated. This is a stupid bitch. I swear. This is a stupid, clap-having, gonorrhea-burning pussy bitch. And I don't even like calling females that word. But she is a bitch. This is nothing more than white supremacy using one of its tools to get the machine running. And what happens when white supremacy gets done using its tools? Oh yeah, they break those tools. So what the fuck is Candace Owens talking about? See, she going these long diatribes thinking that she the end all be all of knowledge when she's nothing more than an ignorant motherfucker. This is ignorance personified. So here's the question, Candace Owens. You know Jamarcus Russell. I mean, not Jamarcus Russell. Jamarcus Glover. All right, you know his name on the goddamn affidavit. That false affidavit. Yeah, you know that same false affidavit that started this whole thing in the first place. That fake ass search warrant, right? So if Jamarcus Glover's name implicated, you still ain't answered the question of how did the police not know that this guy was already locked up? They listen to the tape, they hear his voice on the fucking jail phone. But, leaving the dumbasses like Candace Owens, she'll just say whatever she want, however she want, behind the camera with nobody G-checking her. Shout out to Maximus Royalty in the building. Let's continue to see what other kind of Rottweiler excrement flows out her fucking tongue.
Taylor heard the knock at the door, and the neighbors came outside, speaks to the police officers. The neighbors have verified that the police officers said it's the police.
Lie, 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 lie. Another lie. You mean to tell me out of 13 people, 12 of them say the police didn't knock. One guy said he knew for a fact that the police didn't knock. But yet, they found one person that they coerced, right? Because the one guy that they coerced, they called him twice. They called him twice. They called initially when the initial incident happened back in March. They called this guy. They was like, "Hey, did you hear the police say that they would announce themselves?" He said no. So what happens when the police don't get what they want? They keep on bothering you and pestering you and start asking you all kinds of questions from different angles to try to get you to say what they want to hear. And as soon as you tell them what they want to hear, then that's when they run with it. And then how they coerce you, you might ask? I'll tell you how they coerce you. They coerce you by looking up your record, see if you got any pending charges, see if you have any upcoming court cases against you. And they'll tell you this. Hey, we noticed that you got a couple drug charges against you, and you got an upcoming court date, and you possibly could be looking at some time. So, hey, do us a favor. Hey, help us help you. You scratch our back and you cooperate with us, man. We can make this all go away. So you take the bait. You take the bait, and then next thing you know, you got the white media running this narrative about Breonna Taylor being a drug dealer, and you heard the police knock. Because this is the thing, the case was never going to go to trial. They know that this case was never going to go to trial. As long as you got a bootleg like Daniel Cameron, right, going to the grand jury, we're going to get on that motherfucker in a minute. Because I always got my foot in that motherfucker ass. But they knew that case was never going to go to trial. Because as long as Daniel Cameron go to the grand jury, right? They go to the grand jury. Don't even bother to tell the grand jury, hey, we're looking for a charge of murder. We're gonna just look for wanton endangerment. The dude didn't even present the case to the fucking grand jury in its completion. And then he had the nerve to say that, oh, they did a thorough investigation. Really? Really? You really did a thorough investigation, Daniel Cameron? Really? Because had you done a thorough investigation, you should have known right off rip that goddamn search warrant, that no-knock warrant was false, was filed under false pretenses, which leads us to the judge that signed the goddamn no-knock warrant. Right? So, as it turned out, that judge, right? Can't remember her name, but the judge found out that the warrant was, that no-knock warrant was filed under false pretenses, right? Because this is the thing, as a police officer, when you make a motion to a judge, right, there's this thing called perjury, right? Where if you're found guilty of perjury, you can be held in contempt and you can go to jail for that, right? But does the judge who signed that fake ass no-knock warrant, right? Is she gonna go after that cop that gave her that paperwork? No, she's not going after him. She says she's heavily concerned. What the fuck are you concerned about? Look, if I eat a piece of fried chicken, right? I'm concerned I might get a heart attack, right? If I'm yelling at somebody over some dumb shit they did, I'm concerned about me possibly catching a stroke. So what the fuck are you concerned about when you saw that this no-knock warrant was filed under false pretenses? The first thing you should have did was you should have held that goddamn cop in contempt. But leave it to this fucking, ass lick Candace Owens, and she'll try to spin it around to her white paymasters like it was Breonna Taylor. Like she was the drug dealer. She was part of this massive drug ring. Man, the way she was talking about goddamn on Jamarcus Glover, you thought he was the El Chapo in Louisville. There's this massive drug ring going. There's this, massive, convoluted operation that was going on. What operation that was going on? What kind of operation? They said the drugs was coming in through the mail. Ain't no fucking drugs coming through the mail. But leave it to Candace Owens, and she'll put everybody in the spin cycle to fucking drive a fucking narrative home to satisfy her white paymasters. Because she don't speak for me. She don't speak for me. And I'm pretty sure everybody that's watching this video, everybody that's in this chat room right now, everybody that's going to watch this video is going to share the same sentiment as me. This ain't the video for you trolls to come in, because I promise you trolls come in here, I'm gonna smack you where you belong, right in your face, and my foot will go in the crack of your ass, and you will go in the fucking trash can. So you trolls that come in here, tread lightly. Now let's go on. What's this fucking mangy ass hyena who suffers from malnutrition have to say?
Okay? Now, you hear people who have white guilt, and they say, this people doesn't matter. How do they know it was the police? I don't know. Shoot first and ask questions later. I wouldn't know it was the police if you're not into the police. Okay, would you grab your gun and fire at them? Wouldn't you look out the window, check the people to see what's going on before the police officers barge into your house, which they have a right to do because they have a warrant on them? Do you understand that Breonna Taylor is dead? That is sad. It is the fault of him.
No, what's sad, I mean, don't get me wrong, Breonna Taylor's death is sad, but what's even more sad is when a bootleg like you run your rabbit ass mouth every chance you get. And Maximus Royalty's right. She just mad that no one's buying that fucking bullshit ass book. Her black community ain't buying that goddamn book. And the goddamn Trump supporters ain't buying that book. Shout out to Lakers fan 87 in the building. Yeah, she run the smear campaign against Breonna Taylor, man. That's why every time she run her rabbit ass mouth, I'm right there to put feet on that ass. That's right, I say feet. Hey Lou, I know you know people that work there. I know that shit not true. I know that bullshit not true. Who runs drugs through the mail? Come on now. Let's see what else this mangy hyena got to say.
Walker for firing at a police officer. Black Lives Matter started at the principle.
Okay, so they said Kenneth Walker fired a shot at the police officer, right? And this is one thing I wanted to talk about as far as like the ballistics report. Right? Man, look, value paying, look, this is the thing. I make whatever video I want to make. This is my channel. I don't give a fuck who get mad. I don't give a fuck who dumbed down my video. You know what I'm saying? I don't even give a fuck who unsubscribe. Because if you don't like the truth, this ain't the channel for you. And nobody can tell me what videos I can and can't make. This is my fucking channel until someone pays my electric bill, until someone pays my cable, my Wi-Fi, and no one paid for my computer. So guess what? You don't get nobody gets to tell me what I talk about on my channel. Period. And I know my platform is growing, and I really do appreciate everyone that's subscribed to the channel. I really do appreciate everyone that listens to the content. But make no mistake about it, nobody, and I absolutely, positively mean nobody, will tell me what I can and can't make on my channel. Now, that said, let's go back to this whole thing regarding the Kenneth Walker firing a shot, right? Now, the ballistic report came back. The ballistic report came back and said that Kenneth, the bullet that was in the leg of the one police officer got shot did not come from Kenneth Walker's gun. It didn't come from his gun. So if the ballistic report came back and they cannot conclusively say that the bullet that hit that police officer in the leg came from Kenneth Walker's gun. Matter of fact, that's what it said. Hold on, I'm getting tongue twisted. Let me back up here because I'm getting mad. And when I get mad, I start stuttering. I start getting tongue twisted and all that shit. So let me reset. Right? When that ballistics report came back, that bullet that hit that one police officer in the leg, it did not come from Kenneth Walker's gun. So what the fuck is Candace Owens talking about? See, it's lies like that is why I need to continue to put my foot in her ass. Yeah, his own partner shot him in the leg. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. This woman here continues to spew out lie after lie after lie after lie. Look, you want attention, Candace Owens? You want to sit up here and be an attention whore? Well, guess what? I'm going to make your monkey ass famous. Because every time you run your fucking rabbit ass mouth about some shit, I'm going to be twice as much coming right behind you to put my foot in your Rudy Poo candy ass. That's right. You people out there that support Candace Owens, man, stay off my channel. Straight up. Don't bring your ass on my channel. All right? I'm telling you right now, if you bring your ass on my channel, I'm blocking your ass from here to Pakistan. Straight up. Don't bring your ass on my channel. Whatever you got to say about me when it comes to this fucking woman, keep it to your goddamn self. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that scene where they shot the cop inside the house and whatnot. Denzel Washington concocted that story. Yeah, I remember that shit. And then she blaming this on Black Lives Matter. So let me ask Candace Owens something. Let me ask, the resident mangy hyena something. So Kyle Rittenhouse, right? When Kyle Rittenhouse went to a place he didn't live in to protect property he didn't own with a gun he's not supposed to have, right? Because he was underage. Where the fuck was your video on that shit? Huh? Where the fuck was you at denouncing this guy? I have not heard the grand jury tapes yet, but don't you worry. As soon as I hear the grand jury tapes, I'm going to be right back here talking about that shit. Oh, and yeah, another thing, Candace Owens. How do you explain the police officers going back to the house to pick up shell casings? Huh? How do you explain that? Because that's definitely not supposed to happen. They're definitely not supposed to be going back to the crime scene to pick up shell casings. If you got nothing to hide, why would you pick up shell casings then? Oh, I know why you want to pick up shell casings, so you can cover your tracks. That's why. It's already out on SoundCloud. Oh, I'm all over that. I appreciate you, Lakers fan 87. I will be. Hey, I'm gonna hop on the SoundCloud and I'll be listening to that. That's right. And this is another thing about Daniel Cameron, right? Why Daniel Cameron needed a week to redact the tapes from the grand jury hearing? You needed a week. So 3 hours before you were supposed to release the goddamn tapes, you come out and talk about you need a week stay. No, I'm glad that judge refused to do that. I'm glad that judge ain't give him a week. That judge gave him a day. Because we all knew what was up. He's trying to redact everything that could possibly get him incriminated. It wasn't redact the jury's names. Come on now. You think we stupid, Daniel Cameron? Daniel Cameron, you think we dumb? You just think we just woke up just woke up last night, right? Daniel Cameron, you Kentucky Fried Coon made from 11 herbs and spices. Yeah, I said it. Don't worry, you got a side of butter biscuits right next to you. Fucking weasel. I can't stand this goddamn woman, man. Let's conclude this because there's like 2 more minutes left of this shit. So I'm gonna continue to play it.
That unarmed black Americans were being shot and killed for no reason by police officers. We have now dramatically shifted the narrative to Black Lives Matter, which means even when a black American is armed, shoots a police officer.
Alright, what part of he did not shoot the police officer didn't you get, you dumbass fucking clap having Jezebel? What part of that did you miss when it was specifically put out on the ballistics report that bullet that was shot in that police officer's leg did not come from Kenneth Walker's gun? And she's being all cavalier and nonchalant and, just smearing Breonna Taylor's name. Man, look, if I'm Breonna Taylor's family, I'm going after her. Look, where the fuck is Benjamin Crump at? Where the fuck is Benjamin Crump at? I'm pretty sure you can get Benjamin Crump, right? Old Mushmouth, get Mushmouth on speed dial and have Mushmouth go after her. Or at the very least, send her a cease and desist. Because there's that too. Right? But fuck that cease and if you want to really pursue it that way, then yeah, do a cease and desist letter. But other than that, you should sue this woman for everything she has for defamation. Shout out to DeMonte Jones in the building. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Or say you can't trust Courier Journal? Okay, then I won't do that. I won't do that. Since lose the resident expert down there. You know what I'm saying? You know what? After I play this video, I'm gonna open up the chat line and I'm gonna get people's opinion about this fucking crap that I need to shave off my nuts.
And the police officer has a warrant to arrest and to inspect that property and take drugs. Still, the black American is somehow a victim. That is pointedly ridiculous. Let me also tell you something else. It is the bigotry of low expectations. Stop believing you are a white person. You've been defending this. You've been wearing a Breonna Taylor t-shirt. And you've been demanding justice for Breonna. And you should be demanding that her boyfriend serves time in prison for firing at a police officer. You should not be demanding a police officer's figurative casket. Okay? You need some people that protect and serve the community. You keep saying Black Lives Matter.
All right, so what about these dirty ass cops here, Candace Owens? You going way out your way to defend these fucking dumbass fucking? Cause yeah, these cops are dumb as fuck. Like, you can't get any more dumb than these motherfuckers. How are these motherfuckers ended up as detectives and all this type of shit? Huh? And she's running the smear campaign while defending these cops, and these cops is dirty as fuck. But see, this is what Candace Owens does. Now, 10 years ago, she probably would have gotten away with this. But see, this is 2020. We can look up the information ourselves. We don't need a fucking black bootleg like her to speak for us. We can just look up the information ourselves and come to our determination as to what happened. We don't fucking need her. Who the fuck is Candace Owens? Nothing more than a right wing nut that's selling the soap for her zaddy. Dumbass bitch.
Lives that were having crack cocaine moved into their neighborhood by this whole organization of criminals. Matters you at all? Did you know maybe some like overdose on the drugs in this group?
And so, what about the Proud Boys, right? When Trump told them, when Trump told the Proud Boys to stand back and stand by, where the fuck was you at talking about that, huh? What about? Let's go back 3 years ago, right? When you had that white nationalist rally in Charlottesville, Virginia, right? You had one of those guys pretty much was running over a crowd with his Dodge Challenger, killing one of the women. Right? Where the fuck was you at talking about that? But no, if it was a black person, whether it be Colin Kaepernick or LeBron James or whoever, right? Unarmed black men and women getting gunned down, right? Here you are running your fucking mouth trying to sell a soap for white daddy. And you sitting up here running smear campaigns against somebody that's not even here to defend herself. How dare you? How dare you? This is the third time this year you've done this bullshit, Candace Owens. You keep running your mouth. Keep running your mouth. And you're gonna come across the right person, and you're gonna come across the right situation where that family or whoever is gonna sue you for everything you got. Keep running your mouth, Candace Owens. Keep running your mouth. And I don't even think that's your real hair. To be honest with you, I'm pretty sure you shaved that hair off your pussy and put that on top of your head. Now.
Was selling, does that matter to you at all? Does any of that, the Black Lives only matter when a narrative that you hope, that you wake up every day and you hope that you're going to see, is that police officers are killing black people for no reason. This case is an unfortunate one. It is not a case of police brutality. It is not a case that has anything to do with race, okay? You could have put a white person, you could have put a meth lab in there. If the police went to serve a warrant, it was
a meth lab? What the fuck are you talking about?
Knock on the door and a meth kid shot at them. The police would have shot back. It's called protecting your life because police officers have families to go home to. What more do you want police officers to do? They investigated. They had a warrant. They were at the right residence. Breonna Taylor.
I'll tell you what they need to do. Their fucking jobs. How about that? Let's start there. They swore oath to serve and protect. They swore they say they live by that oath, they die by that oath. Right? So don't give me this bullshit about well cops gotta go home to their families and all that. No fucking shit, Sherlock. How about this? These good cops that's out here start holding the bad ones accountable. Huh? Let's start with that. But that will run against the white media narrative because the cops are always the good guys. And the black people in the community, well, they're the bad guys, right? Person can have an honest standard of living, right? Person can, go to work 2 jobs and whatnot to support their family, right? They do everything by the book. They get their gun registered. They are towing the line so that way, they can live an honest life. And they get victimized by a police officer who didn't do their job, who has multiple complaints against him, right? But he still get to wear his badge. And yet, this useless fucking hack, Candace Owens, right? She just finds that the perfect opportunity to come shoot off her rhetoric. Just flat out, raw, pure diarrhea in the mouth. How did it feel that the Republican Party didn't even invite you to the national convention, Candace Owens? How did it feel? You one of them heifers that they need to be taken out in the back and fucking, put to sleep.
Taylor's name was on the warrant. Jamarcus Glover's name was on the warrant. They did everything the right way.
No, they did, bitch. They did not, because had they did, the cops wouldn't be at Breonna Taylor's house. For one. For two, the guy they're looking for is only in fucking prison, you dumbass clap-having Jezebel. hell, man. Cocaine is a hell of a drug, boy. Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
The court got the warrant, knocked on the door, and announced themselves.
They did not announce themselves, dummy. What part of that don't you understand? You don't understand English, Candace Owens. Now, if I'm that family, I'm going after her. I'm going after her. If I'm that family, I'm going after her. Period. Because you're still repeating the same bullshit over and over and over again. Look, just because you tell lies in different angles, right, in different times, does not mean it's going to make it any more true than what it already is. All right? I'm going to repeat myself, Candace, because you might have a case of learning deficit disorder or something like that. Look, just because you tell the same lie over again in different angles and different times does not make it true.
Even though they didn't have to, they could have known not to. They could have barged down the door and gone into the way that the FBI raided Roger Stone's house. Okay? Did Roger Stone, by the way, shoot FBI raid officers when they swarmed his household? Did he go, oh, well, I didn't know who it was, so I just shot first and asked questions later? No, he didn't do that. So it is entirely possible that when police officers walk to serve your warrant and bang down your door, they don't shoot at a police officer and then hide behind your girlfriend and allow her.
Dumbass bitch. This is a dumbass woman. But yet, this is what white supremacy continues to do. They continue to prop these fucking bootlegs up, and these bootlegs out here, they just toe the line. Yeah, that's right. That her white zaddy and whatnot, man. They probably you better go out there and give me a juicy one. And that's what she did. She went out there and got her white daddy a juicy one. I mean, that shit's so juicy, man. You can see the grease leaking out the bag. It's about to break the bag. That shit juicy, isn't it? You think you're slick. You think you're big and bad, talking all that bullshit, in it. You fucking sewer rat. I'm gonna open up the chat line. Somebody else got it. Somebody else believe what I'm saying. Somebody else feel what I'm feeling right now. So I want to hear you guys, right? I want to hear you guys come in and talk about this woman right here, because this woman's disgusting. This woman ain't nothing more than a useless hack. And I'd be damned if she could sit up here and continue to run smear campaigns against our brothers and sisters that's not here to defend themselves anymore. Go ahead, man.
First off, she said crack cocaine in the black neighborhoods. I have been around all these neighborhoods here in Louisville. There's barely any crack cocaine in the neighborhoods. In meth labs, why? There's no fucking way you're going to put a meth lab in that type of neighborhood Breonna Taylor was living in. They wouldn't notice that. What the fuck is he talking about? And did he really? He didn't come down here and nothing like that to talk to the people of Louisville. No, he didn't. You only heard news reports in the white mansion telling her what to say. This bitch is out her damn mind, trying to use her damn stuff so you can sell more books, get people talking about you more, and try to do everything you can. Have people say eat more evil things about you and come at you because you're trying to get more money from white daddy. If you ain't from her, if you don't know nothing that's going on, do not talk bad about my city. Do not talk bad about the neighborhoods around if you don't know what's really going to fuck on. And don't you trust the Courier Journal. They will try to dock the shit up just to make it look like Breonna Taylor's the enemy. Because that type of shit they do.
We got another person here in the building that's from that's in that area. Back to the basics. What's up?
What's going on? Man.
Hey, I've been dying to hear what you had to say about this. I know you're out there, man. So tell us what's going on from your angle.
Man, this bitch right here, man. This is just ridiculous. Now, what I can only say for what I have researched. Now, I myself, I do reside in Kentucky. I'm a few hours away from Louisville. So I'm about 2.5 hours, maybe about 3 hours south of that. So I can only attest for whenever I first researching the story. I did a video about this. First of all, neither one of them had a criminal background prior to this incident. That includes Mr. Kenneth Walker. Nobody announced themselves. The officers were in plain clothes. I mean, this is just a whole bunch of messery. I mean, just listening to her. It just seems like now she's just adding on to the story. Meth, crack, and all that. No drugs were found at the residence.
Yeah, no drugs was found. No money was found. They didn't even bother to give her they didn't even bother to save this woman's life after they shot her up. Go ahead, continue. I'm sorry. Back to basics.
Oh no, you're fine. It's just I just feel so sorry because her death affected me. I'm not a cousin of Breonna Taylor. I'm not a resident of, Louisville. Have I been to Louisville? Yes. I went to Louisville, what was it, December time frame, like 3 months before this happened. And, this whole police department needs to be just completely redone. I mean, just get a whole new police department. I'm not even going to get into David Cameron because that's just, that's.
Don't worry, you ain't got to get them. I'm gonna get on that Supreme bootleg.
Because I did a little research on him. I'm gonna do a little bit more, but you're the same age I am. You're 34 years old, dude. Like, come on. And as far as Candace Owens, she's not that far behind. She's 31, but it's like both of you rose up. I noticed that about both of them. They rose up out of nowhere. So that tells me that somebody was making some deals in the background because she didn't really start to gain traction until like 2017. Now all of a sudden she's speaking at these various, public forums. So I'm gonna have to dig a little bit more into her background, but she didn't really start gaining traction until 2017, and it seems like she does want to make a run for either governor of Connecticut or even a senator. Now this is coming from out of her own mouth. She did an interview back like a couple months ago. So I mean, coming from Connecticut, just like I put in the chat, how many Black people are up there in Connecticut? So, and I'm not even going to get into who she's married to and all that, but it's just like, I mean, how can you be so quote unquote awake? And, and if you know about Planned Parenthood and about Margaret Sanger and about the agenda behind that, then how can you not see what's going on with the police? You know what? I researched the police. I'm going to try to cut it short. I researched the police in this country. And do you realize I couldn't separate the history of the police and the KKK? You can't do it. You can't separate. You're talking about the police as far as why even the police was established and all that. You're gonna run right into the KKK. You can't separate the two. What do you think was going on in these people's minds after Lincoln supposedly freed us from slavery, which really he didn't, because there were people picking cotton all the way up until the 1970s. So that right there is a damn lie. And again, they called them race patrols. So think about that period of Reconstruction from 1860, 3, 4, whenever, all the way up until the KKK reached its like highest membership in 1925. That was when the KKK, their membership peaked, was 1925. Then, they burnt down Black Wall Street, pretty much, in the what, late 20s, or right around the Great Depression. So this is nothing new. You can't separate the history of the police in this country from the KKK. You can't do it.
You
Nope.
But
got
yet,
to say what happened when Ulysses S. Grant was president, and when they really started killing us.
oh yeah. So and you know what I'm really outraged about? I understand, rest in peace to, Breonna Taylor, but I don't like it that she is so politicized. Like, for example, I'm gonna get on Cardi B for just a second. This bitch right over here, she had the nerve to have Breonna Taylor thumbnail on her Instagram. And I'm like, hold up, but weren't you the bitch that called dark-skinned women roaches?
Yep, the same
So
one.
this same fake ass bitch right over here, but
Man,
yet,
look.
but yet had the nerve to have Breonna Taylor. Okay, so now you are commercializing. You're using a platform with her name on it. She don't care nothing about particularly dark skinned black women, or otherwise you wouldn't have made the comments that you did. And I don't want to hear, well, that was a while ago. It doesn't matter. That should have never came out of her mouth. And
White
and and number two, she's not black.
Yeah, because this the thing. She's nothing but a goddamn culture vulture. And my thing is this. When she was out there drugging and robbing men, why the fuck she ain't going to jail yet?
Right. She is a sex that is a sex offender. So you telling me it's okay for somebody to put something in somebody's drink and then have their way with them. It doesn't matter if it was her or if she let somebody else in that room have their way. That's still, she should be a registered sex offender, because a person cannot consent if they're under the influence of something. So that makes her a rapist.
Yeah.
I don't want to be, no, I don't want to be no, that's not my sister.
You know
No,
what?
no, no, no. I don't buy none of her stuff. I never did catch on to her, because really personally I thought Nicki Minaj was a better rapper than her anyway.
But you know,
And
Cardi B is a fucking racist, man, because this is the thing. You can't be out here saying that you're not black, right? Now she's made it known that she's not black. But yet you using racial epithets of black people? Really?
Yeah.
You making disparaging comments about black people? This bitch is a fucking racist. And yet, these motherfuckers in the Democratic Party prop this woman up, right? Her and all her 10-inch fingernails and all her goddamn 10 fingers. She got 10-inch fingernails talking to Joe Biden about issues in the black community. Bitch, you don't speak for us.
Exactly. And of all the people you could have had in entertainment to talk, and again, who did she talk to? This heifer over here, Candace Owens. I'm like, wow. So again, to make us look stupid, I said, at least Candace Owens, she knows about politics, but you gonna let this heifer have the nerve to be talking to Joe Biden, and then have the nerve to debate Candace Owens recently? I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Man,
This is a joke. This is a joke.
Look, Cardi B is not more than a propped up left wing nut, and then you got Candace Owens, the mangy hyena herself, is nothing more than a propped up right wing nut. And this is why we have no respect for members of the Republican Party and members of the Democratic Party. We don't. Members of the black community, we don't trust neither one of you motherfuckers, right? And as long as you continue to prop up bullshit women like this one, we're gonna continue to get the same result. It's time for cancel culture. If we gonna cancel people, this is one of the people that needs to be canceled.
Yeah, both of them need to be excommunicated. I don't want to hear nothing after whatever happens to you. Don't come back here. Don't come back here. No, no. Y'all have both said way too much. Don't even come back here talking about, oh, I'm black and we need, no. Don't come back here. Don't come back here.
Spam, bitch.
That's why I be telling my nieces, don't be listening to Cardi B, because she's not a role model.
And that's all. But yet, she over there talk about, oh, I want to be a role model for women, but yet you making a song talk about WAP or WAP or wherever the fuck that shit is.
Right.
You role model for women, right? But yet you making songs about having wet ass pussy. No, you should make a remix for that and tell everybody how you got stink ass pussy.
You know what I've noticed in my short 34 years? People will say just about anything. People say things just to get a reaction. And that's what I see from both Candace Owens and Cardi B. All that stuff about her divorce and Offset, all that was to promote her song, her album. All this stuff about Breonna Taylor, all that is to promote um just like the gentleman said, her book and whatever else she got going on. That's all it's about. It's about, I'm gonna say whatever it is to sort of self promote. That's all. Well, that's what all this is about.
Just grandstanding for no reason.
And I hate to change the subject, but what about our brother David McAtee? Whatever happened to that? Him getting killed in the street with the freaking Kentucky National Guard and the Louisville Police Department was out there. Whatever happened to him? Left his body in the street for hours. Whatever happened to him? Where's justice for him?
Say they did, but
I
Candace
know
Owens are finding a way to run a smear campaign on him too.
David was not that. He was not that. He was a good man who had some good barbecue.
Oh yeah, that was the guy that did the barbecue, right? He served barbecue. He served barbecue.
David was not that.
That killed him.
He was not that. He was a good man. It still hurts me that he's gone, man. He was out there feeding us, and because we was out there protesting for. I can't talk about it, LB. That.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go somewhere where that might have, but I'm just saying, what about him though?
Man, we just sit up here getting gunned down for no reason, whatever like that, man, and motherfuckers don't care, right? Y'all want us to love this country, but yet y'all don't love us back. See, this is they tell us to go get our own stuff. We go get our own stuff. Then they want to come in and take over that. They want to copy our music. They want to copy the way we dress. They want to copy, white women want to have asses of black women. You know what I'm saying? All this bullshit, right? They want to dance like us. I mean, just goddamn, they just want to take everything we got. And like I said, it's even hard. It's so hard to fight white supremacy, but it's even harder to fight white supremacy when you can pay off a bootleg and that bootleg can run interference for them. Yeah, and it's designed to muddy the waters. When we're supposed to be a united front, when you got these coons out here that say the stuff they say, to run interference, that would makes the fight even harder because they can go back and see that person's just like you, and he don't have a problem with it. So if he don't have a problem with it, why are you having a problem with it, motherfucker? He is a painful operative of you in white supremacy. I don't fucking associate with bootlegs. I don't associate with coons.
But here's the devil's advocate though. Because you know what some people in our own community is going to say? Well, I don't like the word coon because that's divisive. And again, there's some people in our community that don't like personal accountability. So even if we do speak against the coonery, you know what they're going to say? Well, you guys are part of the problem because that is still going after another Black person. And who I'm talking about is, I guess I wouldn't be talking about neither one of them because Cardi B, she's even came out and said she's not Black.
Yeah, but she's a racist.
But for that other one who has a darker complexion than what I do, it's like, so you really think that if it all went down tomorrow, and if ethnic cleansing started tomorrow, do you really think that they are not going to get you too? You really think with your darker complexion that they're going to be like, well, we're going to spare Candace Owens? They wouldn't.
No,
they wouldn't. You are a dark-skinned woman.
Yeah, they calling you darky behind your back.
I'm telling you. And again, I just want to be clear. I am 100% against colorism. I'm only mentioning this because, again, I'm trying to keep this in context. I'm not on this light skin versus dark skin thing. I'm 100% against colorism. I'm just going to make that clear right now, because that right there was created to divide us. Out of all the things that is being used to divide us, this coonery that's going on and this light skin versus dark skin thing have to be two of the most divisive attacks, or should I say strategies, used against us.
See, back to basics. See, I like analogies, right? And when I think of coonery that's going on in the black community, I think of it as a cancer, right? Because cancer in the human body grows from within, right? Everybody that knows health knows that cancer grows from within, right? So when you have a cancer from within, what is the number one objective? What's the number one objective you have to do to keep it from spreading? You got to get it out. You got to get it out. Because if one part of the body get it, then another part of the body get it, and then eventually it's going to get out of control, and that individual, that person is going to die eventually, right? When it comes to our movement, when it comes to our tangibles, when it comes to black empowerment, I think of coons as cancer, and we need to get rid of these cancers before they end up killing our message.
LB, you know how it is. You get rid of one, two more pop up.
I know. And we got to use verbal chemotherapy to rid these motherfuckers. And Katrina Pearson, you out there, you're fine ass. You too fine to be out here cooning. You and I need to go on a date. I'll fuck all the coonery out you.
Dang. Well, now.
What up, Eric Johnson?
Hey, man. Hey, how everybody doing?
Chilling, man.
Doing good.
All right.
Now, we're talking about our resident mangy hyena, that flea-bitten, tick-infested mutt, Candace Owens. So she ran a smear campaign against Breonna Taylor. So I want to get your thoughts on that.
Well, my thoughts on it basically is it ain't nothing coming from her. She's just basically saying the same shit over and over again, trying to put a mockery on her name and her legacy. And I don't see why the family ain't saying nothing. I'll be suing them for defamation of her character or something. Cause that's some crazy shit. She's talking about she was selling drugs and stuff. What evidence do they got of her making any transactions? Do they got surveillance of her making drugs? Is she talking about they were selling meth? Ain't nobody selling no meth in no damn Kentucky. Not no black people. What I be hearing and stuff. Black people don't want to be doing no Breaking Bad shit, let alone go to jail for making no damn meth. We already got problems trying to sell weed.
I tell you right now, if they're gonna do, I already know where they're gonna try to set up the meth labs. If they're gonna try to do something like that, it's not gonna be in the city of Louisville. They're gonna be up there in eastern Kentucky in the mountains.
Yeah, they're like some moonshiners type shit. Like you don't expect no motherfucker to be in the hood selling moonshine. There's some shit that you be up there in the mountains and shit in Tennessee doing. So what do she expect black people to be selling some damn meth in the hood for? I don't see a lot of black meth addicts. Like, there's some crazy shit to be saying.
I'm originally from Ohio, and let me tell you something. Coming from a predominantly white Caucasian area, meth is absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Now the town that I'm from in Ohio, it's 92% like white Caucasian, and there's about 5% black people, then 2% Hispanic, and then you got that other category, and that's according to the 2010 census. But yeah, the heroin and the meth, that is, yeah, what you say is true, because I know whenever I go back home that comes up all the time, and it's mostly predominantly in the rundown white Caucasian part of the town. So yeah, ain't nobody. I don't believe that. She had in there to say meth and heroin. I'm like,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
cause
go ahead.
I'm in Georgia and shit, and I'm in Athens. And I'm in a college town, so I be hearing about like different drug busts and shit. We just had a meth bust, like 3 white bitches was selling that shit. So I'm like, I ain't never, as long as I stayed in Athens, I ain't never seen no meth addicts. I always see like crackheads, because most of these dudes down here be selling like weed and pills and stuff. You might hear something about cocaine and heroin and stuff, but most of these dudes down here selling weed and shit. So
Yep, like I said, I'm coming from a mostly, like I said, white town. I'm not ashamed of it because I was about to, release a video because I was about to say, hey, I could have been a coon myself. I know what I grew up around. So I mean, um, that's why I posed that question in the chat. Like, how many black people? What's the black population up there in Connecticut?
Shit, I don't know.
It's like,
yeah,
come
Like I
on,
said, the
guys.
further, hey, like I say, I remember when I was up in Maine, when I was stationed up there, right? And ain't no black people there. Like when I saw a black, or when I finally came across another black person, I was like, oh my god, you do exist.
You know what was so funny? I had went up around, what was it? There was a convention sort of that I went to over the weekend. It was last year, and it was in, what was it, Vermont, and I hardly seen any. Whenever I seen where I went, I said, "Wow, you mean we actually have a population up here?" I was like, "Okay."
Hey, the only person I know live in Connecticut here is Vince McMahon, and he runs WWE.
He ain't black.
I know he's not. I'm just saying that's the only people I know who live up there.
He's a straight cracker. And Triple H from Connecticut. There's about them only 2 white motherfuckers I know that's from Connecticut. I don't know
I
them
don't know
niggas that's
nobody
from
from
Connecticut.
Connecticut.
I'm from the South. I see a mixture of everything. Cause in Athens we got a mixture of everything. But with the university being here, you don't see mostly white students, but you don't see a mixture of black students. Indian students, Asian students, and shit like that. So you just don't see a mix of everything.
Oh yeah, I don't know I don't know nobody in Connecticut, to be honest with you.
If it ain't in Georgia, I don't know nothing about it because I ain't never been outside my state. So you know.
Well, yeah, you good. Yeah, don't come to Kentucky and don't come to Ohio. Yeah, you good. Just stay.
Yeah,
Just keep chilling. Just keep doing what y'all do in Georgia, because it ain't.
yeah.
Nah,
We
don't
got
come up here.
we got enough problems down here with these motherfuckers in the Senate and stuff. So with them talking all this dumb shit, so,
Yeah, y'all got a racist bitch up there in Kelly Loeffler.
Yeah, I'm still tripping out this Stacey Abrams chick. I'm like, you gonna go win governor, so I don't know why the hell you trying to run from the shit. The
Yeah,
next
no,
thing
but
you
I
know,
want to be president. They looking at her like, really?
that bitch ain't get no damn president.
Nah, they ain't gonna pick now.
Yeah, no,
Oh, I'm done. I'm done.
First of all, you're black. Second, you're
yeah.
fat. So I mean, so you're fat and black.
Gonna be like
No,
color purple.
no.
Gonna be like color purple. You're fat, you're black, you're ugly, you can't cook.
Hey, I ain't never met no fat black person that can't cook now. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Them words don't even go together.
yeah. That's a strange combination because them big girls be getting down in the kitchen. They'll whip up something. They be whipping them pots.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know no fat black person that can't cook. Tell you right now. I'm like,
Yeah.
unless they've been on some goddamn, wild food expedition.
Be eating shit from Australia, kangaroo. You want a piece of this koala? I'm like, if it ain't no chicken, I don't want none of this shit. Like these students at my job be eating some of the strangest shit, man. Then I be like, how do y'all digest it? So then they be asking me, do I want? So I be like, nah, I'm good. I don't eat after everybody.
Yeah,
If I
right.
don't cook it or if it ain't, if I don't cook it or anybody in my family don't cook it, I don't eat after everybody. 'Cause I don't know how my body gonna react to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. But that's what we do, man. We are here smacking goddamn black bootlegs, And Candace Owens, I say this from the bottom of my heart, right? Well, maybe not from the bottom of my heart. I'm more like say this out the crack of my ass. Fuck you.
I'm like that. I'm like that girl off the movie Ray with Jamie Foxx. You want you spit on my ass since I was on fire. Just get out of here. Get out of here.
Yeah, I'd like to concur with that previous comment. I mean, just don't come back. Don't ask for no black vote. Don't do
Yeah.
nothing. You are done. Do not know. You actually you were never on the island, so you were pretty much just floating out there in the sea, in the ocean. You just stay on out there. Don't come back.
Yeah. Yeah, you see what happens when black people get together and try to vote these coons in. I mean, look at Andrew Gillum. All them black people got around him and got him into power, and he bringing nothing to the table for the people. He out here covering for the white master. He taking them licks and protecting the white master. He taking them bullets to the back. He's like, man, guys, I can't take off.
And he ain't taking no licks. Eric Johnson, he's getting licked by him.
Yeah, they're right, man. He's taking enemies. Yeah, he's taking on Mike Tyson uppercuts any way he can get him. He's trying to dodge him, but
Mike Tyson uppercuts, man. You know what I'm saying? He like vanilla cream in his booty hole.
Yeah. So him and Andrew Dillon probably got something going on together. They like stuff what they butt. So when it comes to dudes like that, you can't really pay them no mind. But they do so much cool shit that once you call them out, you be having folks trying to take up for them, and you're gonna have to separate yourself from motherfuckers like that. Once you bringing the facts and the realness out of them, showing them their true colors and stuff.
Damn right. So yeah. Well, on that note, I appreciate y'all for coming on. I gotta go get me some food, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm on an experiment. You know what I'm saying? I gotta do an experiment. So I'm gonna end the stream on that note. And one more time, for the masses. Candace Owens, fuck you. This your boy. Scream at me. Hey!
Peace.